What's going on, y'all? It's Young Hop, Melee Guy. Pretty much want to do this video after I one phase Klaw with 3 spears yesterday, post 2.6 patch. That patch pretty much took a lot of characters to a different level. So now these heroics are more than viable. It's insane the amount of damage that you can do. I believe now this would be BP's new meta, especially for boss damage. So we're about to get off into this video, and I'm going to show you guys the gear that I ended up using yesterday, once again when I one phase Klaw with the 3 spears. Alright, here we go. So the first piece I used was BP's Unicorn Elite Raid drop. Everything has to be MVP across the board. Might, Valor, Precision. The spears scale with Valor, obviously, but they also scale with Precision. So to get the most out of your spear damage, you want Valor and Precision. So you more or less want to go for a glass cannony build just for these spears. Now, mind you, I only switched to this build when it was time to DPS Klaw after we got him out of stun phase. So this was my slot 1. My slot 2, Unicorn piece, Tac Surge, targeted buff. CD added a little nugget in there to where as though now Tac Surge procs off of different things. So for BP, your Kamoyo bees not only procs damage buff, but it also now procs Tac Surge as well. That's a godsend. Now for my slot 3, you obviously want to have Reverb Breaker, so you can get that extra 25% damage to enemies afflicted, by active vibranium status. Again, MVP across the board. Now my slot 4, this is the slot 4 piece that I used during the 3 spear and Klaw and wiping him out. I believe Bashinga's metal would be better just because of Kamoyo B's destruction. Without Kamoyo B's destruction, pretty much King's Mercy destruction and Bash Chosen Breaker Guard cancel each other out. So this is what I ended up using though. But I do believe Bashinga's metal would be better. Now for your ISOs, you of course want to have as much Valor as possible, so you want to go all out for your Valor. So I did 2 Valor ISOs, and on those ISOs I used Dauntless Breaker for both. In case I didn't one phase him, or he still had remaining health, I can get right off into my traversal attacks and then finish the job. So now that I'm taking a hit in terms of my might, dealing damage, I still want as much damage as possible, so let me still get that, that good old 31.5% damage from traversal attacks that Dauntless Breaker provides if you have 2 of them equipped. Now you can get them both with 16.5%. I just don't have another Valor one with 16.5%. At the time, my critical attack damage was 546%. You see my Valor, 736. And then I pretty much had all buffs going. So I led the charge with Air Sig to go ahead and instantly apply Vibranium status to Klaw. That was after the Thor in our party had God blasted him. So after the Thor God blasted him, I went ahead and hit Air Sig, and then I went ahead and started unloading the spears. So you end up having Bash Percussive Destruction active, so you already get 10% from it. Plus you get another 20% if you have this perk up here, so that's 30%. That's all additive. Then of course, targeted buff and Tac Surge needs no introduction. Then the 25% from Reverb Breaker, that's self-explanatory. Then I had the 20% extra damage from Bash Chosen Breaker Guard. So needless to say, all that is pretty much why it got wiped out. Then for iconic purposes, I like to use the Kamoyo band, especially since the Norn Stone is broken. So that enhanced bead damage is great as well. Plus the fill status, I like that as well. So I don't take this off my BP. So that's pretty much what I used. Also, to me, the adored ones don't hit as hard as I thought they would after the buff, but they do apply vibranium status, quicker. So I still think they're better than they was for sure. But for right now, at the very least, I still like to use Panther's Roar for that extra 10% damage as well. And that's pretty much what I used. That was my gear, my specialty skill tree, my mastery skill tree. Shout out LeJune. Man, Infamous told me you had posted it, posted a clip on Twitter. I appreciate it. I'm just glad a lot of people's, Hawk went back to what he is. Widow is slapping, Kate slapping, Spider-Man is slapping. Shoot, it's crazy out here. But that's all I have for y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I just wanted to show y'all this. If you got any questions, find me on Discord or leave me a message on YouTube. All right, I'll holler at y'all.